Sometimes I never really fit in completely until I found wrestling in high school. I'm trying to become a state champion. You know, that was my goal. I fell short of that. And then I said I'm going to try it in college. So I went to SF State for a little bit. Wanted to stay in California. And I wrestled out there, but it wasn't quite as satisfying. It wasn't until my second year when I was kind of falling off of the whole wrestling thing when I met Jake Shields. He actually approached me first, not to train, but he's like, hey man, I heard you like to go party. I'm like, yeah, I like to go party. And he started telling me about how he does these cage fights. And I was like, you don't do cage fights. But I've seen every UFC, you're on none of them. He's like, nah, there's these things called Gladiator Challenge, King of the Cage. I checked out his fight tapes. I'm like, shit, this guy really fights, you know? And so like I had this certain, you know, like respect for Jake right off the bat. You know, when people would come over, I'd show him his tapes. I'm like, what this guy does, you know? And so he got me into training. But it wasn't until one summer when one of my roommates took off for the summer and Jake just moved in. And, you know, and after that I couldn't dodge practice. And, you know, I just kind of became a disciple of Jake Shields for a long time. I consider myself a fighter. I feel like it has been like kind of my calling, and I love it all being on my hands, glory or not. I watch sports all the time, and it's really funny. Like, you know, they tell these athletes, treat it like a fight, like you're fighting for your life. And I'm out here fighting for my life, and they're trying to tell me to treat it like a sport. Yeah, I have thought about, you know, when I'm going to throw in the towel for fighting. I feel like about 5 more years of fighting. You know, I feel like I'm going to try to hit it hard for 3 more years. And then, you know, maybe those last 2 years, slow it down. I would love to be in the industry, from commentating, from of course, coaching and running a gym, opening a couple gyms. And so I would like to do that. And maybe go back to school and get my degree if all that doesn't work out, and teach high school, coach some wrestling.